Alright, so I probably should have started doing videos on this thing when I started building it. However, we can still go over some cool stuff. One of the things that I found difficult with building this pit was there was no information, I guess in a creative way, about putting a smoke system in, other than the certified ways with kits for certified aircraft, not so much experimental. So I had a Holly blue pump on here, and the thing worked pretty well until the other day, and it just started leaking like crazy. So replaced the seal here, but I figured while I was already in there, go ahead and replace the vanes and get the internals going. It turns out it wasn't from there. It wasn't from the fittings. It was actually leaking between the motor and the impeller there. So we've got a new red pump in. Went ahead and tested it. Everything seems to be working fine. All of the fittings, you can see a little bit of blue stuff there. Use Hylamar. Came highly recommended, and I can honestly say we did the first engine run on this thing a couple weeks ago, and there were absolutely no leaks from any fittings whatsoever. And basically just kind of wanted to give a rundown. So you want the pump to be at the lowest point. We've got the top wing pump, wing tank rather, set up for smoke oil or for fuel, just in case you need an extra 4.5 gallons on a cross country. So we've got this at the low point. We've got the feed side right here. That's coming from a switch that we'll look at here in just a little bit. And then we've got a return here that runs up to a bulkhead fitting that you can't see very well, but we can go to the other side here. And you can see the bulkhead fitting there, running down with a braided line into the exhaust here. We got the Raven 4-into-1, and man, this thing just sounds great when it's running. So we had to do a step down. It's a 1/8 NPT fitting on there. So we got a 1/8 NPT to AN4 stainless elbow. Since it is a stainless exhaust system, you don't want dissimilar metals there. Galvanic corrosion is kind of an issue. And then went from an AN4 to an AN6 step down fitting. And inside of the AN4 1/8 NPT elbow, I countersunk for a 426 rivet and drilled a number 40 hole through it for the nozzle. And it seems to be putting out quite a bit of oil. But today, with the weather clearing, we're going to check this thing out and see how the smoke oil comes out and see how, if we get a nice good burn pattern on here. But another thing I was talking about was the switch down here. So we have a selector for fuel or for smoke oil, and then that runs up the side right here, up through the cabane and to the fitting up there to a flop tube. So the cabane fairing will cover all this, and just makes it nice and easy.